Antarctica. Cold, vast, remote, breathtaking, and home to many species. But behind this beautiful landscape lies the truth of its fragile ecosystem. Jonathan Green, the head of an expedition team, has spent decades researching and witnessing the changes in Antarctica. In a recent interview, he outlines the major threats facing this frozen desert.
Let's start off with the global picture and climate change. So, drastic climate change, which is already being noticed in the peninsula area. The temperatures have risen over 3 degrees Celsius, which is way above the 1.5 that everybody talks about, in the last 50 to 75 years. So a very, very clear, very marked climate change there. That, of course, isn't just threatening the Antarctic ecosystem, that threatens our entire planet. Number two, I would say, is currently exploitation. So Antarctica is governed by the Antarctic Treaty, set out in 1959 by the Antarctic Treaty countries, which have increased over the years. And the signatories to that treaty all agree that the continent should be set aside for peace and for science. Well, that seems to have been suddenly affected by the introduction or the arrival of industrial fisheries. So now the major threat is coming from krill fishing. So we have these huge industrial krill harvesters. It's not really fishing, I think harvesting on a massive scale is taking place. We're talking about tens of thousands of tons of krill. So why are they fishing krill? Well, a number of reasons. Krill shows up in all sorts of products, like health food products, omega-3, which you might find at your local health food store. So we play a part as consumers in that. But of course, a lot of krill is used in the salmon farming industry, and both Chile and Norway are massive salmon farming nations. So no mysteries as to where their interest lies. So that's another big threat. My biggest concern right now is a slippery slope with the fishing industry. So once you open the door to 3 vessels or 5 vessels or 10 vessels or 15 or 20, then at which point do you say no? And I think that that's something that absolutely must be addressed now. And I believe that no fishing and no extractive processes should be allowed under any circumstances. Antarctica, as decreed by the Antarctic Treaty, is a continent which is set aside for peace and for science. And I think in the world that we live in, that's a very, very important.
Antarctica may be remote, but its future is tied to ours. Protecting this frozen desert means protecting the planet we all call